Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Susan K. Morrow, also known as Suzi-Q A, because as ever, I am Susie, you bring the Q's, and I provide the psychic A's. Welcome to my second episode of my web TV show, Suzi-Q A On-Air. We're going to do things a little differently this time from the way we did them the first time. Specifically, I'm going to be doing a lot more readings this time, and so I want you to be sure to look over to your left and find the tab that says chat. Click on that and sign in. You may have to go to your email and confirm that you've signed up, but I want you to be able to chat in any questions you might have, whether they are about your personal life, such as, will I get this job? I was going to say, is this man the one? But we'll talk about that some more later. If you want to ask about what's going on with my mom, if there's someone on the other side that you would like to hear from, you can ask any of those questions. If you don't have a specific question, or if it worries you to use up a question, then you can ask, what do I need to know right now? That's a great default question that works well for everybody. And I will do my best to give as many readings as I can in the time we have tonight. So I'm pretty excited about getting to do that. So while you're getting settled, figuring out how to do the chat feature, and figuring out what you want to ask me, I want to talk about something. This would probably go under, let's call this the Morrow message. Yes, we'll call this the Morrow message. I know how much you enjoy my low-tech signage. So we'll call this the Morrow message. I want to talk about optimism and looking for evidence of your manifestation efforts. Now, a lot of teachers of law of attraction and manifestation and success will talk about, believing that you have received. And actually, I read that in a Christian book not long ago. Well, years ago, that said, pray and then believe as if you have received. That may actually be from the Bible. Forgive me if I'm ignorant on that one. I know a lot of Bible stuff, so if I just miss one or two, that I feel like I can be forgiven. Anyway, believing as if you have received is one of the hardest parts of manifestation. And so many people will do whatever it is that they are doing to create something in their lives, such as feng shui, meditation, thinking right, trying to get their thinking right. Like if you read Abraham Hicks, that's Abraham-Hicks.com, and I do recommend them. If you read that, the teachings of Abraham, you'll find that thinking and feeling as if you are where you want to be, that's the way to get there. And the problem is that a lot of people quit too soon. Now, one of my angel cards, and I'm fond of them, says, your dreams are coming true. Don't quit right before the miracle occurs. And I just love that because it makes me think of that there is a miracle coming. There is a miracle coming. And what isn't a miracle? Every day you can see those miracles coming. And if there's something that you're trying to manifest, let's say you just want to, something as simple as paying the electric bill, and you just don't have the electric bill. Now, we've talked about desperation versus relaxation, and you'll find a blog post about that on my blog, where? SusanKMorrow.com. I'm sorry, my giant cat is in the way. SusanKMorrow.com. That is Morrow, not Marrow. It's just like tomorrow, and there's no A in tomorrow. So, where were we? Ah, yes, don't quit right before the miracle occurs. When you quit looking for the evidence of your dreams coming true, when you quit believing that they're coming, that gives them the chance to stop coming to you. And you don't want that to happen. So it's very, very important to keep optimism going, to keep your thoughts going the way that you want them to be. Excuse me just a minute while I do a little technical something here. There we go. So keep your thoughts positive. Keep your ideas in the mindset of having what you want. Keep that up to where you want it to be. Does that make sense? So imagine where you want to be. Imagine that you have already paid the electric bill. You have already paid the electric bill. It's a done deal. And you live in that and you stay in that every day. You may even want to develop an affirmation that you get in the habit of saying every morning, something like, my miracle is here. What I want is here today. I have manifested everything I want. Play with words like that. Make sure you keep them present and positive. And play with those ideas and see how that works for you. I know that when I have woken up with thank you, thank you, thank you in my mind, that seems to make a big difference. And remember, that's a whole other topic, but gratitude is for you. God, universe, and higher self do not need your gratitude. That is for you to help you feel worthy of the gratitude. So, all right, let's see here. You can see me kind of looking around doing all my little technical stuff. Let's see here. Who have we got on so far? If you are on, why don't you step up and name yourself? Go ahead and sign on in the chat area. Like I said, the chat tab is over here to your left. If you'll look at it just under the Suzi-Q A title, it says videos, social stream, and chat. If you'll click on chat, you can chat in your name, your information, your question for me. And later on, I might even ask you to chat in something to do, oh, I don't know, a drawing or something like that. Okay, I am ready to do readings whenever you are. So I'm going to keep talking, and we will have an angel card. And as soon as I get a question, I'll answer it. Okay, so it's time for readings on air right now. You just go right ahead and ask your question right there in the chat feature. All right, let's see here. Again, my giant cat is lying on things, so I'm not sure what he's lying on that we're missing. Oh, okay. There were the woo-woo hot topics. So we already did the Morrow message, and now we have woo-woo hot topics. So we're going to do something about that so I can draw from some topics that I have chosen. Okay, so let's talk about, this is actually more along the lines of optimism. You may be aware that, and I'll preface this by saying I don't know a lot about astrology. I know about this much, and I just find it really interesting. So you may have heard that yesterday there was a transit of Venus directly across our sun, and that is technically considered an eclipse, even though the planet is much smaller and has no chance of actually eclipsing our sun. But, and it's also from the Earth and optically blah, blah, blah. Okay. But the fact that it crossed the face of the sun is a very positive sign, a very positive sign. And we are expecting that to bring a lot of positive stuff happening in the world economy. A lot of people have been really worried about that. You may know that I don't watch the news much. I kind of vaguely keep up. I get headlines here and there, mostly on Facebook, or I'll hear something on the radio. But my mom likes to worry, and she likes to watch the news. And she just thinks that, you know, Europe is going down the toilet and it's going to take the rest of the world with it. So here we go, giant sucking sound right in the middle of Western Europe. And it's all Greece's fault. Well, not only do I feel that it's going to be fine, but I also know that the transit of Venus means that it's a very, very positive sign for all of us. So look for things to get better. Venus is a planet of love, of money, and of beauty. So do you think you can become more beautiful in the next few days? Be beautiful, smile, and know you are beautiful. So Venus crossing our sun brings a lot of positive omens and a lot of hope to us. So I hope you'll take that into account when you're worried, when you're being like my mom and worrying about stuff. Okay, excuse me while I do a tech check. Okay, we're doing good. We don't have anybody chatting in their questions yet. So I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a reading to someone who emailed me earlier. Let's have a look. question is, what do I need to do to take action? I'm stuck in habits and do whatever I can to distract myself. Well, doesn't that sound familiar? Being stuck in habits where you kind of self-sabotage, where you don't get up and go do stuff. I mean, I am definitely guilty of exactly that. There are times when I say, you know, I worked really hard yesterday. I need a little break this morning. And I sit and watch some TV. And then that turns into, oh, I think I'll run over to Starbucks and get me a decaf triple grande non-fat no-wit mocha. And I will sit in Starbucks, and sometimes I take out my little journal. I keep a little journal in my purse, and I'll take that out and I'll write a few notes about how cute I look today sitting at Starbucks. and I'll sit and I'll think and I'll look at CNN. Okay, sometimes I look at CNN online. Look at CNN on my phone. I'll play a game. I play draw something. You know, I play all kinds of things, whatever I'm doing. I text people. And then I think, okay, it's time to get back to work. I've got stuff to do. I've got people who want to see my TV show. So then, you know, I'm hanging out at Starbucks, and I go get in my car, and I come back to my little atelier, and I think, okay, all right, I can get something done. I can get something done. And what do? I sit and do some organization. I look at Facebook. Facebook is the devil. And I do all kinds of things, but I'm not taking a lot of the action that I know I want to take. Now, keep in mind that based on the law of attraction and other universal laws, you don't actually have to take action unless you believe that taking action is important. And for most of us, taking inspired action feels right. It feels good. And a lot of teachers will tell you you have to take inspired action. Joe Vitale in The Attractor Factor said, which is a book that I really like and recommend, The Attractor Factor by Joe Vitale. He said, take inspired action. And I think that's great. But the truth is you don't actually have to. So for my friend who asked, what can I do to make myself take action? I'm stuck in activities that are not getting me where I want to go. I'm going to look at you specifically, and his name is Fred, by the way. Hi, Fred. Okay, so what you need is a slight change in your routine. And for some reason, I'm getting specifically that you need to be concerned about what time you have dinner every night. So you need to have a routine where you and your family sit down to dinner at the same time every night. Whether you cook or not, although I'm feeling like you need to do some cooking, or maybe your partner needs to do the cooking. But that seems to be what's going to get you toward taking action. There's something about having a different routine from what you have now, and that's going to move you in the right direction. I hope that makes sense. It's real important for you. And I can feel that you feel it's important. Okay, let's see what else we've got. Since we don't have anybody chatting in, now if you're just joining us, look over here to the left and see where it says Videos, Social Stream, and Chat. Click on that Chat tab and sign up to be able to chat. Would love to have you chat in your question, whatever question you may have about law of attraction or manifestation, or something that you would like to ask about your own personal life. I'll be happy to give you a reading right here on the spot. Okay, let's see here. I think someone else asked me a question not long ago via email. Let's see what we've got here. Yes, my friend Carrie asked a question. She said she's not sure what to ask, but she's currently recovering from surgery. She had some tissue removed from her abdominal area and a hernia repair. And then there's something else. And so I'm going to go with talking about the hernia repair and tissue removed. I'm not sure what the tissue removed is about. Let's talk about health and spirit. This is a great woo-woo hot topic, which of course I can't get to because of my cat. Ah, there we go. There it is. Woo-hoo, you let me get to it. The woo-woo hot topics. Another woo-woo hot topic is health and spirit. So health and spirit are intricately related. You are one organism. You are body, mind, and spirit. You are a holy trinity unto yourself. And everything starts with spirit. And so it tries to communicate with you. They, God, universe, higher self, whatever you want to call that, your angels and guides, and a variety of non-physical energies guide you constantly. And of course, you have your logic and you have your ability to think what you want to think. And so a lot of these messages come to you again and again and again. They will come to you in overheard conversations. They'll come to you on TV and on the radio, your own thoughts, conversations that you have with friends, in the newspaper, whatever. You'll get a lot of things, a lot of information if you'll pay attention. And spirit doesn't give up easily. By the time it gets to your body, it's gone through your mind and your heart, that is your emotions and your thoughts, and it gets to your body, then it is kind of a last resort. And this is where we get illness and injury. Now, if you, let's see here, without getting too complicated, if you are made well from the illness or injury, then you have gotten the message. And if not, you haven't. So for Carrie with the hernia repair, the hernia repaired, and I'm feeling from you that it's an umbilical hernia or someplace higher up, not a low hernia, which is more common in men. But that's probably where that is, especially if they remove some tissue in that same area. So a hernia, think about a hernia. What is that? It's a tear in the abdominal wall, right? And it's possible for your intestines to escape through it and become, what do they call it, strangulated, and it can cause necrosis and gangrene and horrible things. And this is why we fix it, so that you don't die. I guess in the olden days, people just died. So this is in the area of your energy. This is the stomach area, the upper part of your abdomen, say from your belly button up. That's the area of your energy that on the human level has to do with your self-esteem. Of course, we talk a lot about self-esteem. You know what that means. I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me. And then on the spiritual or energetic level, it is about your divine value. Now, if your divine value wants to be heard so strongly that it busts out of your guts, that's a pretty powerful message. It means that you need to say, I am worthy of love, joy, and abundance. I have value simply in my existence. God loves me as I am, and I love myself as I am. And you know, there's something that goes around. There are some memes out there that go around saying, I am enough, or you are enough. And I don't know if you saw what I put on Facebook about that, but it's not just that you are enough. You are actually plenty. I much prefer the word plenty. Would you like to have enough to pay the bills, or would you like to have plenty to pay the bills with plenty left over? You are plenty. And that's what the message is from that hernia for you. Now, I've given you some generalizations and I've given you some specific things about hernias. If you, not Carrie, if you have a hernia or have had one, or your husband has, or your little boy has, or your little girl has, this may or may not apply. It depends on where the hernia is and what's going on with it. I look at each individual case when I'm working on medical intuition, and I look at the general area of the energy, and then I look at the specifics of what's going on with you. So, Carrie, for you, that's where you are, and it's not a bad lesson for the rest of us to pay enough attention to our divine value and to accept and love ourselves as we are. It's one of the greatest life messages we can get. All right, let me check a couple of things here. Again, it's a tech check. Got to have my reader cheaters. Okay, good, good. All righty. If you're just joining us, be sure that you look over here on the left side of the screen where it says videos, social stream, and chat, just up there. And click on the chat tab and sign up to be allowed to chat so that you can get a reading from me live. I'm going to give you all about 5 more minutes. That's until 7:25, and then we're going to draw your angel card for today, and we'll wrap up. So I have to say that one of the things that's been on my mind a lot lately is money. And I don't know if you think a lot about money, but I do. I think a lot about money. And, you know, I like to provide opportunities for you to get my services that are very reasonable. And you may or may not know that I have readings ranging from $20 to $295 and several in between. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what I have available for you. By the way, I apologize for the ads. It's a little out of my reach. Money, again, thinking about money. It costs more to have this show without ads. So you're watching commercial television. So back to talking about money. Where was I? I had a thought about that. That was going to be good too. It's really good. And having plenty. Well, Dad blast it. Now it's gone. I know it's a good one. Okay. Well then, let's see if you've got any questions to chat in. We will answer those for you. Okay. If you're just joining us, be sure to sign up for chat. And the chat tab there on the left. Actually, it's on my left. It's on your right. How about that? So, we were talking about money, worthiness. Well, all right then. It'll come back to me. I'll just leave the door open, and it'll come back. Okay. All righty. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle the cards for us. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. I'm still shuffling the cards. I was going to tell you about some of the services that I have available and give you the prices to go with. We'll start with the VIP reading. This is the new extended reading. Comes complete with a recording, which I usually charge extra for. And it has several other special features, more angel cards and more things like that. So if you've got your divine value all worked out and you know you're worthy of love, joy, and abundance, you might want to check out that VIP reading. And you know where to find all of my services. SusanKMorrow.com. The $20 one is your first Mystic Mail. Now, Mystic Mail is something that I worked out, and it's a story for another time. But I worked it out with my angels when I wanted to learn how to channel. And what I do is I call it taking cosmic dictation. You email me a question, and I ask your angels and guides, and I close my eyes and I just type what I hear in my mind's ear. And so the message is channeled from your angels, and then I will comment or interpret it if I feel like it needs to have a comment, and then send that to you. And the first one's only $20, and after that they're $50. So you know that's a pretty cool deal. It's a really amazing message. The people who get them are always blown away by them. There are a couple of those in my blog as well. I'm pretty sure that talk about that. And of course, there's an example right there on the Mystic Mail page. So that's the channeled reading. I also have readings on a budget, psychic readings on a budget, and that's only $99. It's a great way to get almost as much as you get in a regular reading. It's all done by email. You get to ask as many as 4 questions, and I draw an angel card for you, and I talk to your late loved ones. I mean, it's the full deal. It's just all done in writing instead of us talking by phone or Skype. So it's a really, really good reading, and very reasonably priced at only $99. After that, we have the standard Suzi-Q A psychic reading, which is a half hour on the phone or Skype with me. Recording available for $25 extra. You get 3 angel cards, usually. Occasionally, I'll be guided to draw an extra 1 or 2. We talk to your late loved ones. We talk about your color snapshot, which is also featured in my other readings, and answer your questions, look at your energy, see what's going on, talk about your health, your relationships, your financial and money life, and your career. Everything that's on your mind, that's what we do. And that's $195 for the standard Suzi-Q A psychic reading. That's the one that you most usually see on sale, not always. And then, of course, we've got the VIP reading that I mentioned first. Oh, and have you seen the brand new birthday cards, psychic birthday cards? They are awesome. So check all that out. You know where, SuziQA.com. It'll be in the menu on your left. Okay, I just pulled a card, Music for Manifesting. It's very exciting. Music for Manifesting. Once again, I'm using my favorite Doreen Virtue. Wait a minute, which way is it? My favorite Doreen Virtue cards, Magical Mermaids and Dolphins. And you know, you can get your own angel cards at the bookstore under New Age or spirituality or self-help or metaphysics. It'll be in that section. So the Music for Manifesting card says, to manifest rapidly, think of your desire while you chant, hum, sing, or play music. And I have to admit that I stumbled because I'm not wearing my glasses. So it's a beautiful card that mentions that music is useful in your manifestation efforts, okay? As I tap the card itself and tune into it, I'm especially getting a lot of people singing in the car. And that seems to be a theme amongst a lot of us. Not everybody does it, but most of us do. So go ahead, crank it up. Sing Heart at the top of your lungs, or Journey, something you really enjoy singing. Something fun, maybe something a little bit corny, but something you can really wail on. And that's going to help you manifest your dreams better. Joy is one of our best manifestation tools. When you feel joyful and happy, that's when miracles happen. All right, thank you so much for tuning in. It's great to see you. And I'm looking forward to the next time. Oh, quick mention, I want to mention to my friends in Houston, remember, June 16th, 2 to 4 p.m. at Obsidian Art Space in the Heights, I will be offering a Suzi-Q A Live, which you'll find where? SusanKMorrow.com. All right, I sure do thank you for being here. I hope you'll tune in again next time. Stay tuned for more information about when that's going to be and how we're going to do it. And until next time, y'all be good. Suzi-Q A signing off.